What to do if your husband is inactive, passive, not confident, and maybe insecure, not a high achiever or goal getter or go getter and doer. And especially if you are like that and you have to remind him to do things or encourage him to ask for a raise, like do bigger things. This can be very frustrating, and it is a dynamic that's very um, I see it often in a lot of sessions and even around me. Women today, they're more like high achievers and they want to prove like that they can, that they are smart, they are building businesses. And somehow it feels that the husband is staying behind and he's not ambitious enough, right? And there's this big gap, almost, and it creates almost a dynamic of when the woman feels more superior or maybe like a teacher or maybe like a mother, right? And she feels like she has to mother him. And it's super frustrating, especially if there's love, if they have children. And I have to tell you, there are solutions as usual, like this is my motto, there's a solution for everything. So what happens is we don't understand that human beings, especially men, have this gene of conserving energy, right? Like our brain pushes us to do this, like to conserve energy. If somebody is taking care of things, why should I? Like I need to conserve energy in case anything happens and I need to protect my family. Like there's a conserving energy gene, right? So if somebody is already taking care of everything in the house, like why should I do it? It's not because I'm lazy. I want to conserve my energy. It's evolutionary, right? Like it's somehow hidden back. It's not intentional. It's hidden somewhere back in our minds, and especially for men, right? So if somebody's taking care of the groceries, the bills, everything, like why should I do it? Like there's no point. It's like a job that the position is filled, right? So it's not a vacant position. It's not a position that somebody has to jump in and do it and then be rewarded for it. Like there's no reward, there's no point, like there's no sense in doing that thing if that thing is taken care of. Even if the wife complains that she's tired or she looks tired, and even if she tries to say with logical words that you should do this, like you should be more ambitious, you should be more proactive, right? Like men don't respond to this kind of talking either. They feel controlled. So they try to, again, conserve a bit of ego, a bit of just like feeling that they're in control of their lives, right? And they don't do it. So even if you tell them like you should do this, you should be more ambitious, they don't do it. So in the end, they seem lazy, but they're just normal. If somebody took the reins in the hand in the house and started like organizing things, putting things into place, is taking care of everything, like really, there's nothing else to take care of, right? And the man looks lazy. One question is, was he always like this? Was he like this before he met you? So this is interesting. So many men, like before being married, they could very well like have a job and ask for a raise and or change jobs if needed and take care of themselves and do laundry and everything and even cook for themselves, like really everything. They're very capable, right? Not lazy, but they're just conserving energy or they're conserving their dignity, right? If they feel controlled. So going back, there are solutions. I just wrote a list recently for someone, and I want to just say some of the solutions here. But there are many more, and they kind of go very well together with other relationship skills and intimacy skills. But I'll just say a list of things that you can do if this is the dynamic in your house. If you're a high achiever and he's the passive, inactive, seemingly lazy, insecure, not confident, like it goes together. So if this is the dynamic, usually the man is insecure and unconfident. So stop doing things for him. If there are things that you do for him, like you have to look at this, there's probably a lot of things you do for him, like a mother, things that he can very well do for himself, right? And it's like not trusting him that he can do them as good as you do them, right? Or you might say, no, but if I don't do things, if I don't do these things, he won't, right? And I don't want to, like, he won't cook or do his laundry. He will, right? So treat him like a capable man, like a dignified person, and trust him that he's capable of handling those things for himself. Um, Contrary, let him do things for you, right? Like, let him do things that you do for yourself that maybe he could do them. It's not that he's lazy, like you put him in this box. Most probably he's not lazy. Remember, so most probably you kind of became um the manager of everything in the house, right? Because you're a high achiever and you want to get things done. And I do get that, but it also doesn't work in marriages, right? It also makes you unhappy. It also makes you wonder if you should divorce the father of your children. And even if you love him, but you're just too frustrated and you feel like this doesn't work. So let him do things for you. Ask for help, right? Like say, I cannot do this anymore. Like just, I need help. I cannot do this anymore. Let him, like let him. He will gladly do them if it makes you happy. And if you appreciate him and if it makes you happy, he will gladly do things for you. It won't be a burden for him. This is a conversation that I had today. So for us doing a lot of things, um, it and like it exhausts us and it's a burden. For men, this kind of burden gives them purpose and it doesn't burn them out and it doesn't exhaust them. So men love to do things for their wives. Expect the best outcome from him. So expectation is everything. So he will see it in your eyes that you expect him to make mistakes. Expect him to not do it perfectly like you do. Well, you know what? Like maybe open your mind that there are other ways to load the dishwasher. This was me, like in my family, we have the correct way to load the dishwasher. And I'll just do my correct way. My husband will do his correct way, and both are fine. Okay. So it's okay. Expect the best outcome. Expect that, trust him. Like again, see him as capable and mature, right? Like he's a capable adult, mature person. Um, when he asks you for what you want, tell him. Just don't say like, "Oh, it's okay, I'll take care of it." Most of the times we say that um, men are lazy or they don't do things, but actually, even if they ask you like, "Let me help you," no, 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 I've got it. Right? We don't realize this, but we do want to control and do everything because we think we're like doing it better. Um, as usual, I think I say this in all my videos, appreciate, admire, respect your husband. The more you do this, the more he will be more proactive, more confident, more proactive, more wanting to do things, sensing that he has a purpose. So he has a purpose. If you appreciate him and admire him, that's his purpose, right? Like if you discount everything he does, um, then why bother? If he cannot impress you, why bother? Um, this is a simple one to smile when you see him. Ask for his help, his support. I already said this. Ask for his opinion. Ask for his opinion, help, support. So trust him. It's simply like just starting with seeing him as a capable human being. The problem is most probably you don't, right? And you have to question this. Like, is it true? Is it true? Right? Like, is it true that he's not capable? Or maybe you saw him as incapable and like not perfect and not doing perfectly as you for so long that you think like this is the absolute truth. Just question it for now. Just question it. Mostly, I think, let him solve problems for you. So come with problems, tell him about your desires, your problems. I talk about these two things a lot. I have a digital course talking about this, how um, we don't act like we don't express what we want, but then we get frustrated because we don't get it and we start complaining. So I love this quote that a complaint is a lazy way to express a desire, or it's a desire that wasn't expressed, like you were too lazy to discover what your desires are and expressing them, expressing what you want, and then you end up frustrated and complaining. To express your desires so he knows what he can do for you and how he can make you happy. And the desire is not, you should do this. This is a command. This is control. A desire is, I would love this to be taken care of. I would love to never have to think about this problem again. I would love to go to that place. I would love to, whatever, think about the end result, not how it will be done. With problems also, like, don't come with a solution to him. Like, give him the problem and let him solve it for you. Like, stop thinking that you have all the answers, right? Like, this is a thing that we want to prove how smart we are, right? And okay, fine, we are smarter, but we exhaust ourselves. Is this what we want? Right? So you don't have to prove you're so smart. Like, let your man solve problems for you. Like, it's his pleasure, and you will feel more in love with him. He will feel more in love with you, more having a purpose. It's a step-by-step process. So if you do this every day for a few weeks, you will already see results. Like, you will see things changing slowly, step by step. Like, you can have a new husband. It's the same husband, actually. He's just acting differently, like responding to how you act with him, how you see him. So your husband is always a mirror of what you think about him. He sees that in your eyes, and he kind of like mirrors back what you think about him. You can have a new husband in a month. I have no doubt about it. Like, practice these strategies, and let me know how it goes for you. Just don't discount it, right? Like, we see so many videos, or we read articles like, oh, these are the solutions, like you should do this and this and this. Oh yeah, that sounds nice, but then we don't do it. Just take one thing and implement it today. Take another thing that I said and implement it tomorrow, and like so on. Every day implement one thing, or the same thing every day. Like, just ask for help every day, or uh, tell him your desires every day, or tell him your problems every day, one problem a day, and let him solve it for you. And just like see your relationship changing. And this actually brings, like, a lot of the times brings sex back, because there's no polarity anymore, right? Like, when there's this mother-son dynamic, but you can change it, right? Like, and see him as capable and as your hero, your problem solver, your helper, your everything. And you start admiring him. He starts feeling like he has purpose, and there's polarity and attraction and magnetism again. Bye. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye. Have a nice day.